Hey YouTube, Marco Polo here. Many Americans are working longer in age than ever before in history. Retirement is becoming a luxury, not something that people are actually expecting to happen for themselves. Many Americans are working longer and delaying or foregoing retirement due to a combination of financial and personal factors. Insufficient retirement savings, concerns about healthcare costs, and the desire to maintain social connections and a sense of purpose are significant drivers pushing people to stay in the workforce. Well, folks, many of such people are actually being aged out of their careers or being pushed out of their careers. Younger people who are showing up are willing to work longer, harder, they're physically fitter. Sometimes, I know it's not right, but sometimes they're more attractive. Sometimes they have more energy with them, fresher ideas, and possibly new perspectives on what the world or what a business or company is going to be facing into the future, not just looking into the past or the way things have always been. With many Americans choosing to work longer, it's also creating a problem. You see, when they don't retire and they maintain jobs or they hold these jobs down, it doesn't give an opportunity for the young ones or the next generation stepping up, or the ones who are just behind them waiting on those positions to be able to step up. Now, I understand it should be the best person for every job, but nowadays we got DEI, we've got the good old boy network where I live, and it's not always the best person for every job. Let's just be realistic. It's who you know, what you look like, gender, race. All these things are playing into why or why not many people are receiving positions or maintaining jobs, filling quotas, or you're just related or friends with somebody. Now, a lot of the older generation, as we just touched upon, is unable to retire. They don't have the adequate amount of savings. Inflation has caught these people by surprise, just like everybody else. And what you thought might stretch the rest of the years of your life, now you're not quite sure about that. Working extra or a few more years or just giving it a little more could, provide that safety net well into your future so that you don't die broke. Most Americans, including retirees and non-retirees, expect to receive Social Security benefits. According to polls, 70% of Americans polled expect to receive Social Security. What about that 30%? Are they being more realistic, or do they see the writing on the wall that Social Security may run out of money by the time that they come of age? It is somewhat of a Ponzi scheme. Our politicians have been taking the money and advocating it in different directions. They're not good keepers of our tax dollars. That's why it always irked me when people were saying, pay your fair share, pay your fair share. Well, who's holding the purse strings? First and foremost, if everybody's paying and paying and paying, taxes have just gotten outrageous in this country and many other countries around the world, but I can speak for the United States. Taxes have taken over. They are definitely holding us down, keeping us hostage. They affect everything we do in our everyday lives. If you are out there making money, the taxes are chopping your money up. And we really are struggling to make it nowadays. And these taxes, just like the rents, just like the prices on everything, are too damn high. As of April in 2025, 73.9 million people, more than a fifth of the entire US population, is receiving Social Security. With so many people on it and so many people struggling just to pay these taxes, to maintain jobs, there's definitely a shortfall going on. There's not enough money going around to support everybody, especially all the social programs and everything else. So it looks like the printing press is going to take over, and our dollars are going to be devalued and debased even more. If they don't already got us running on a treadmill, something like a guinea pig running on a treadmill, getting nowhere. The faster you run, you still don't get anywhere. You are where you are, and that's your station in life. In many cases, that is the truth. No sugarcoat. You got to get off that treadmill, and you got to take steps forward without the system, without them holding you back, or actually use the system in your favor. If you can turn things around and focus on building yourself, building your education, building your wealth, pushing yourself further, even if it's clawing inch by inch forward, you can create a better life and a better station for your family to succeed, prosper, and hopefully live a fulfilling life. If any of this resonates with you, please subscribe to this channel. 40% of Americans believe they will retire before 65 years of age. The other 60% unsure, or pretty much have come to the realization that it's not going to work out for them to retire at 62, which is when you take the lesser of payments. And every year, I believe, after 62, your Social Security becomes a greater number when it's paid out, all the way to the full retirement age of 67 years old. And Lord knows, I hope they don't push the goalpost further and make it 68, 69 years old. You know, that they believe that would ease a lot of the financial burden in our government. But who's going to ease our burden? You know, like I've been hearing a lot about the middle class just dwindling. It's being gutted out as we speak. I'm part of the middle class, and falling behind, I'll be part of the lower class if I don't make these steps and make these things happen for me and my family. I guess the upper class it is, because there is no choice. It's either get rich or die trying, right? Well, we got to make our decisions in life, or we don't live. In the Japanese language, there is a term known as karoshi, which translates to death from overwork. You see, the longer hours you work, the more stress that you bear, the more wear and tear on your body and your mentality, maybe in toxic workplaces and such. It really wears you down, like in all aspects. It's bad for your health. Work, my friend, can be bad for your health. And what we do on our downtime can be equally or worse for us. A lot of people I know, after work, they go home, they get some beer, they drink their beer. They try to drink their problems away. They try to forget about this grinding life that they just can't get ahead on. I have a friend, he literally drank himself to death that way. He died in his upper 50s, and the man worked his butt off, and every day he got out of work, he went and got a 6-pack of beer and a little pint of whiskey. And that was his ritual, that was his routine. He might eat something, he might not, but the man drank, and he drank himself silly. The job he had was in a shipyard, and it was kind of a nasty job. It was hard on his body. It beat him up every day, and he could not afford not to show up for work. He needed to be there. So that's just like overworking yourself, and on the other end, burning yourself at both ends. He basically drank himself out of this game of life. It's a shame. Well, I'm not going that route. I ain't going out like that. And my friends, I hope you're not going that way either. Not to say it's not a bad thing once in a while to crack a drink open and you know, enjoy yourself, enjoy good company. But if it becomes something that you depend on just to break the bad mood, that you're consistently put in from being at some type of an employment, well, you just dig in a hole and you're just getting deeper and deeper in it. And physically, mentally, even your spirit can be broken by that. So please don't go that route. Don't go that route. So you might say, Marco Polo, 40-hour work week, 8-hour days. I can still get my rest. I can go to work, and maybe I can maintain that way. Well, the problem is a lot of jobs nowadays are very low paying, and they'll put you at the federal poverty line if you only work 40 hours a week and one single job. If you are the head of household or the only one working in your household, how are you going to maintain that house? It's expensive nowadays. If you don't have some type of a souped up career, some type of a specialty, bring something larger to the table than just your labor or you showing up. In most cases, that's what a lot of Americans have, or they have a degree in something that they're not even using, and they're showing up to a job doing other things, using their physical labor to get by, to get that paycheck, just to survive, so that their people back home can make it. But what happens when they're hardly making it, you're not making it, and it's only getting worse? There's going to be a change that's coming along. Things can only go so far socially until they literally break. There's going to be a change coming along. Mark my words. For every time a pendulum swings too far one way, it's always going to go the other. So be mindful of that. Watch that. But until then, survive any way you can. Do whatever it takes. But keep your morals about you. Don't break the law. And keep spreading the message. Spread the love. Take care of yourselves. Thumbs up. Like this video. This is Marco Polo. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And peace.